What's up, all my chicken people? We're headed east, off to the promised land where there's trees and humidity. I got my chauffeur, aka the boss over here. I let her do most of the driving when it comes to cities, and not enough leg room over there for me. That's my excuse. I don't like driving. She does a better job, her car. Anyway, besides the point. Welcome to 5 Acre Farms. I'm Luke. This is Caitlin. We're going on a vacation, which doesn't happen but once a year. This is actually going to be a year where we get to do it twice a year. Don't worry, the farm is in good hands. We got multiple hands. We got my parents, Jake's there running the farm or helping, and another young guy helping out. So we are on the road for a couple days, and our first stop last night we stayed with some of our good friends, Jimmy. He put us up in a nice cabin down here in Oklahoma, but we visited with him for a couple days, or several hours. Just great people down here in Oklahoma. It always is. We love Oklahoma. If we ever don't live in Kansas, it'll probably be Oklahoma. There's just a lot of good people down here. Sorry to all those people that don't live in Oklahoma. But stop rambling. For those of you that don't know, Caitlin and I, we're big outdoorsmen. We love to hunt and fish. We always have. That's the only reason I married Caitlin, is because she can cook and she likes to hunt. So we're doing the ultimate Sportsman vacation that you can do in the end of May. So I don't know if this is going to be a one video or a two-part video, or we got a bunch of cool stuff to see. And first stop is seeing Jimmy and the rest of those guys. Second stop, Stuttgart, Arkansas. So if you know what's in Stuttgart, then you know why we're going there. But we'll see you when we get there, and that's what we're doing on today's video. Nothing chicken related. Sorry. We're just going on vacation. Well, we're down here in northeast Oklahoma. I got my boy Jimmy, and he set us up in a really cool cabin down here, and we're gonna go get breakfast this morning. But there's deer everywhere. Beautiful day, but just passing through. Jimmy's been hunting with us for 7 years roughly, and pretty much become family by now. But yeah, we're just visiting for the night, and we're gonna keep on heading east. Old Jimmy's driving us around to show us Mo. It's the elk, Oklahoma elk here, that never leaves the cows for some reason. How many years has he been hanging out with the cows?
You've been there probably 4 years, 3 years for sure, but probably 4.
Apparently he's the local tourist attraction. This is all Oklahoma's got, is the one little bull elk that lives with the cows. That's cool. Welcome to England, Arkansas. Not our final destination, but a cool town nonetheless. Another Dollar General. Don't worry, another mile, we'll have another Dollar General. And a couple more miles, another Dollar General. Arkansas, the home of Dollar Generals. Welcome to the airport. Airport and rice fields as far as the eye can see. Trees and rice fields, and pecan orchards, or pecans. Pecans. Comment down below which is right. Pecans, Another Dollar General. 10 miles since the last Dollar General. Stuttgart, Arkansas. Arguably the duck hunting capital of the world. And here we are. There ain't nothing here except for duck hunting, flooded timber, rice fields. Yep. But there's a reason we're here. Well, this is why you come to Stuttgart, Arkansas. Mack's Prairie Wings. She's never been here. Pretty cool store. Duck hunter's paradise. Place is awesome. Duck blinds everywhere. Duck boats everywhere. Memorial Day weekend. But yeah, we're gonna go inside. Be a tourist for a little bit. This is a duck hunter's paradise. That's right. The decoy section. Every kid dreams of coming to Mack's Prairie Wings just to stare at overpriced pieces of plastic. Caitlin thinks we're crazy. She's had to put out decoys before, so she knows. But this place is awesome. Well, we made it through Stuttgart, Arkansas, Mack's Prairie Wings, and Rich and Tone Calls. So if you don't know what Rich and Tone Calls is, they're, again, arguably probably one of the best call making companies, duck call and goose call making companies. They've been around for a long time. And yeah, you got to see a little video clip of the John Stevens working a call. He's been a call maker for years, 3-time world champion, just a phenomenal duck caller and call maker. But I thought that was really cool. The Rich and Tone store is really cool. And then Mack's Prairie Wings. It's hard to beat a sporting goods store like that. But we're on to our next location, which is Memphis, Tennessee. We'll see you guys there. There she is, right there, the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, overlooking the mighty Mississippi. It just blows my mind how big this river is every time I see it. But we're here to Memphis, Tennessee. First time in Tennessee. To the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Not a big city kind of person, but
That's why I'm still driving.
that's why Caitlin's still driving. Well, we made it to Memphis, and we're gonna go get checked into the hotel at the top of the pyramid, get us some dinner, and maybe do a little shopping. Maybe as in we will, because I've been waiting for this for a while. But pretty cool city, even though we're not from the city. Far from city people.
Toto, you're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah. This isn't where I parked my car. Horse and buggies,
Tesla.
big buildings, Teslas. Yeah, we ain't in the country no more. She's a beaut, Clark. It is kind of hard to grasp how big this thing is.
Yeah, because it's the road.
Well, we've got checked in to the Big Cypress Lodge, and we haven't been into Bass Pro yet. We just made it into our hotel room, and this place is crazy. Like, let me turn you around and show you our room. And this is an inside room, and they get much fancier than this, and they get much more expensive than this, but this is cool. So as you walk in, bathroom, double sink, shower, tub, toilets over there. Best mount. It's a single king room. The chandelier, antler chandelier. The TV, fireplace. But we have a balcony that walks out into the store, which is way cool. This place is massive. There's just absolutely so much to look at. Then you have the elevator there that goes all the way up to the top. There's a restaurant up there and an observation deck. We're probably going to spend most of our time down on the floor scoping things out for you guys. But there is a bunch of rooms up here, which is really cool. Let's go get some dinner. We haven't really eaten since breakfast, so we're going to go. There's 3 restaurants here, 2 or 3 restaurants. We're gonna go to Wahlburgers, which is down on the main floor. It's a burger restaurant, but there's a restaurant at the very top, but I'm feeling a burger tonight, so we're gonna go eat burgers, maybe do some shopping. We got 3 hours before they close the store, so we're gonna go do a little bit of exploring. I don't know how much I can film of this because I don't want to make a 2-hour or 3-hour long video, but this is why we call it the ultimate sportsman's vacation, because this place is a sportsman's paradise. All right, let's go get some food.
Crispy fried pickles. All the food.
I want all of it. Get us some Wahlburgers. Chicken sandwich, Fiesta burger, truffle tots that we've already consumed, and french fries. Well, we survived dinner in the pyramid.
We did.
And it was really good, and we're really full.
It was good.
And I got a milkshake and I didn't need it. But up here, where all the rooms are, got a lot of cool history stuff. Just pretty interesting. Grand opening stuff. This is where Elvis was born. The Tyson fight. Pretty cool. Just look at the attention to detail. The attention to detail is everywhere. What do you think?
What?
What do you think?
It's pretty cool. I was looking at the spider webs actually.
Spider webs. That's the clean freak inside of you.
Yeah.
Lame. Good morning from Bass Pro. It is day number 2 here. Night stay was awesome. So we got a couple hours before we have to check out. So we're just gonna do some shopping around and go up the elevator when it opens up at 11. But this place is so cool. I think we need one of these in our living room. If you guys come here, you have to come to these little museums that are all over inside the store. A lot of really cool history, cool carvings, duck calls, old shotguns. This is really why I wanted to come here. Some of these, really, a lot of history.
Just us.
Been raining all morning, but we pretty much got the whole lookout deck to ourselves. This is pretty cool. If we were in Kansas, we'd be up here watching tornadoes. So you can see the top of the pyramid right behind us. Pretty cool. We checked out of our room, unfortunately, but we're gonna spend a few more minutes here at Bass Pro before we go to our Airbnb for tonight. Go get some Memphis barbecue and see what else Memphis has to offer. But definitely, highly recommend staying the night at the Big Cypress Lodge, because you could spend like
2 nights if you
yeah
can.
2 nights if you can afford it. But it's definitely worth doing at least once. There's so much to see. We could spend 2 days in there and not see everything. Definitely cool. All right, let's go get some barbecue. What else is there to do in Memphis? Find another Bass Pro Shop. So just what we need. This is a Sportsman Center, whatever that means. We're gonna go check it out. This is getting out of hand. They got a lot of stuff in that little store, but it's pretty much just a old Walmart turned into a Bass Pro. Still pretty cool. Well, we've made it to Springfield after 6 hours of pretty much driving in the rain. So, what better place to stop than Buc-ee's? Because that's the only place tourists stop, I guess. I don't know. You can't road trip without Buc-ee's. So, we're gonna go in, get some lunch, and make it over to Bass Pro Shop. Shove your face full of food and let me film you. Beaver chips, brisket sandwich, chips, chicken sandwich, jerky, cookies, cinnamon roll. Everything looks good in Buc-ee's. So we kind of got carried away.
That's true, we did.
Well, we've made it to the Bass Pro Shop, the OG Bass Pro Shop, and also the Wonders of Wildlife Museum. So when I was a kid, this was the place that I dreamt of. So I've been here a couple times. The place is awesome. Let's probably go through the Wonders of Wildlife Museum first, because we don't want to do shopping and then, Anyway, there's an outlet store over here. Maybe we'll have to go find some deals. But I'm not sure if we're gonna do the aquarium or the other side of the museum. Either way, both of them are pretty sweet. So, just because we're a chicken farm doesn't mean we need all birds at our farm.
I would like to get a rhea.
Should we get an ostrich, an emu, or a rhea? Please don't say ostrich or emu. Might be the only thing chicken related in my video today. Just like that, we finished all 3 museums.
2 hours.
2 hours. Definitely worth it. Like $60 to see 3 museums, aquarium, bunch of cool taxidermy. Definitely worth it. What'd you get?
Redhead. Has a duck on it.
I think that's our next farm rig.
I think so too.
Well, we survived all the Bass Pro Shops we could handle for a couple days, as well as Mack's Prairie Wings. Our last stop here was Springfield, Missouri Bass Pro. Mainly wanted to go to the Wonders of Wildlife Museum. If you guys have never been to those, the museum and the aquarium, photography museum, definitely worth doing. Highly recommend. This is why we can't ever do an interview. Anyway, go to the Wonders of Wildlife Museum. People these days, I swear. Go to the museum. It's great for kids, or the museum maybe not so much, but the aquarium is really cool. I think kids really like that. But you saw a bunch of clips. I didn't even film half of it or a quarter of it. There's just a plethora of things to see and do in these Bass Pro Shops. Even if you're not an outdoors person, a hunter or fisher, I'm sure all of you guys watching this video like to spend time in the outdoors. And these stores, even if you aren't buying stuff, I know they're turned into quite the tourist attraction, but they're really cool. Definitely worth going in and walking around and seeing all the animals and taxidermy. But we got one more stop tomorrow on our way home. But other than that, I think we're gonna go hit up Krispy Kreme. The original Krispy Kreme is in Springfield, Missouri, so touristy things, I guess. And I love donuts, so we'll see you tomorrow. after further research, Springfield, Missouri is just another Krispy Kreme. It's nothing special.
Oops.
This is my Wikipedia.
My bad.
Last stop on our way home, Nixa Hardware. Let's go in and see what they have. We didn't come here to look at rocks.
We're gonna get some of these for the chickens. We gotta treat them too.
They got all the good stuff here for beekeeping stuff. Well, that was a cool store.
That was cool.
I wish we had one. Nixa Hardware in Nixa, Missouri. Go check them out. Nice people. A lot of beekeeping supplies, a lot of farm supplies, and a lot of seed, which is what we went for. I got 50-pound bag of crimson clover with inoculant and a 50-pound bag of hairy vetch with inoculant on top of a bunch of other random things that I didn't know we needed. But we're going to, I'm going to use that seed to plant for the bees this fall. And other than that, I think it's finally time to head home. We should be able to get home at a decent time. I think we have a 6-hour drive. We'll see you guys when we get home. We made it home. Unfortunately. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. I'm gonna give these ladies some scratch to make them be quiet. Ooh, I forgot I had minnows. We picked these up down at that farm store. Let's see if these ladies like dried minnows. Not sure if they're specifically made for chickens or ducks, or I know ducks like minnows. I don't think I've ever fed my chickens minnows. Well, they're probably just as curious as the next. They're looking at them kind of funny. They're probably thinking, what the heck are these things? It's probably one of those things that, like, once they figure out that it's an edible food, feed by hand or in a dish. Fishing for treats? Look no further, because we've caught the perfect snack. High protein treat made from 100% all natural minnows. Your chickens won't be throwing this catch back. How catchy. I'll give them some scratch because I don't know if they're hooked on minnows. See what I did there? Every day. They won't be quiet until we give them scratch. I say they won't be quiet, and then they keep making noises. Anyway, we're back from our vacation, and it was a good trip. It's been raining non-stop, so we've been back for a few days. I've been trying to find some time to do this outro video, but with Caitlin here, but every evening it's been raining. Last night we got another almost 2.5 inches. We got water. We got ponds in places we haven't had ponds. So since we've been gone, we left on Thursday, and it's now Thursday now. It's been a week. We have gotten almost 7.5 inches. We're averaging like an inch a day since we've been gone. So it's hard to complain about rain, but I think like most of you watching in the Midwest maybe, are probably like, all right, any time now would be good if we got a few days of sunshine. I did drive around and look at my trees, so if you watched one of the last videos where we planted trees, they're starting to bud out, so I've already got leaves on them, everything but the sawtooth oaks, so we'll keep an eye on them and I'll give you guys updates. My sunflowers I planted, well, I planted them into moisture, and I'm not sure if they floated away or not, but I can't complain about them not getting any moisture, because they're 7 inches of rain on top of them. I wish they were above the ground a little bit before we got the rain, but it is what it is. But other than that, we had a good trip. I know if you've made it this far in the video, then I appreciate you watching. I know this video isn't necessarily a farm video, but we don't get away from the farm very often. This is the first spring vacation we've done in probably 6 or 7 years. We used to go over to Missouri and fly fish every spring, but you know, once you get a farm, it's so hard to get away from it, as most of you that have farms know that. We do get away in September for a week and go to Colorado, but the farm, other than being soaking wet for the last several days when we were gone, most everything is still how we left it, other than there being ponds in places there usually isn't ponds. Big thanks to my parents. They came out and stayed and watched. We have 8 dogs, so they watched the dogs for us and kept track of the brooder room for us. And then we had Jake and another local kid, Colton. They took care of all the outside chores while we were gone. So stuff that I do every single day. You don't realize all the small details that go into running a farm until you have to try to teach everybody else all the small details and expect them to know everything. And it just doesn't. There's so much that goes into a poultry farm, or a farm in general. Trying to, especially with livestock, it's hard to keep everybody organized and keep them in line of how a farm operates when they don't own a farm themselves. So, but they did a good job. So big thanks to everybody that helped out. Big thanks to our friends in Oklahoma, Jimmy, Shannon, Shane, all those guys for showing us good Oklahoma hospitality when we stopped through there Thursday night. Then we went down to Mack's Prairie Wings, which is an awesome store down in Stuttgart, Arkansas, with the Richatone headquarters right next to it. And then we went to Memphis, and man, the pyramid is a sight to see. Even if you're not, I know a lot of you guys watching this may not be outdoorsmen, but go to some of these sporting goods stores. I know Cabela's and Bass Pro have really turned into tourist destinations, and they really have, but there's a lot to see in those stores. The pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee is definitely a must-stop place for anybody, not just outdoorsmen. So I highly recommend going there. If you can afford to stay the night there, do it. Do it for a couple nights. One night just isn't enough. You just can't look at everything in that store. Incredible lodge, incredible lodging. And then we stopped there at Springfield on the way back. Most of you have probably been to the Springfield store that live in the Midwest. It's been around for a long time. It's the headquarters for Bass Pro, kind of where it started. As a kid, that was my dream, to go to that store, and my dad made a deal with me. If I read so many books or something like that as a kid, he'd take me to the store, and I read the books and we went to the store, and it was just like every kid's dream was going to the Springfield Bass Pro. And so I've been to that store several times, been to the museum once before this. But even if you're not an outdoorsman, just go to those museums. The aquarium's awesome. The Wonders of Wildlife Museum is so full of incredible taxidermy and history. But and then there's a lot of other museums in that store too. The Fly Fishing Museum, the Firearms Museum, the Archery Museum. There's just, if you have any interest in any of that stuff, I'm sure most of you guys have been. If you've been to those museums or those stores, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. or if there's any other stores you think we should have added to that list. The only other big sporting goods store that is as well known as those other stores is Rogers Sporting Goods, up by Kansas City, and that's a cool store. I've been there a couple times, but it's more of like it's a place you go to shop, not a place you go to be a tourist. They have a big well-known online presence because they're known for having the best deals on prices and everything. But we're glad to be back. We're thankful to be back. We've missed doing the daily chores and sleeping in our own bed, but again, thanks for watching this long. I want to leave on this note that has been kind of grinding on me the last couple days. So for some of you that do know or don't know, especially those outdoorsmen that are watching this, Phil Robertson passed away while we were on our trip. And Phil Robertson is an icon in the hunting industry and waterfowl industry. He's turned a lot of people to hunting and to the Lord, and he's just a fine example of a man that loved his family and loved his faith. And I try not to get into rabbit holes and read comments in places that I know are never going to be positive, but I got into a comment section on a post with Phil's passing, and some of the people in there, just the hate they had for a man that did so much for an industry and turned so many people to Christ is unbelievable. It just blew my mind. And maybe one thing he said or did 40 years ago, they still feel the need to be a keyboard warrior and bash a man over something. And some of you watching this may not be fans of Phil, and that's fine. Literally every single person on this earth, you can find somebody or something that they said that you may dislike about them. But don't go out of your way to, I don't see how or why people need to go out of their way to negatively comment or bash somebody or somebody's family, or it just blows my mind how people go out of their way to be so rude. And then maybe that's just because I'm used to the simple living of life out here in the middle of nowhere, where everybody's nice and polite and gets along with everybody. But you don't see that out here. You obviously see that in the cities probably a little bit more, which is why we don't ever want to live in the city. But anyway, if you're watching this, be nice to people. If you don't got anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's what I grew up being told. And you know, you're not gonna gain any friends or followers by being a negative Nancy. And I don't know, that's just something that pissed me off the last couple days, and I need to stop getting into the comment section on some of these things. But Phil is, I mean, as a kid I grew up watching Duckman on VHS. That's, you know, outside of turkey hunting VHSs, the only duck hunting VHSs that I really watched were the Duck Commanders, and that just fueled my passion more and more. Obviously I'm not a Duck Commander call owner, but that doesn't mean you can't be a Duck Commander enthusiast, I guess. I enjoyed the Duck Dynasty series. I know a lot of it was fake or scripted, but I think their personalities on that show are true, and their faith to Christ was true, which I appreciated, and I know a lot of other people appreciated. So I've met a couple of those guys, those Duck Commanders, and they've all been down to earth people. Some of you guys watching this may have met them and agree with me. So anyways, I'm done ranting about that. Negativity is stupid, and I get it on my videos too. People need to comment negative things for some reason, which I don't care. Like, I'll still sleep at night if you don't like my videos, I promise. But one comment the other day was like, you're so mean to Caitlin. And I was like, I told Caitlin that, and she just started laughing. And I'm far from mean to Caitlin. I love my wife, and She takes really good care of me, and I know I married up, so I assure you I'm not mean to her. We don't ever get in fights. But it's just comments like that. It's like, people don't know us. Like, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people's backgrounds are. Just don't. I'll keep my words PG, but don't be a D-bag. But anyway, we're happy to be back on the farm. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We didn't go on that vacation to make a video. We went on that vacation to get away, and we just happened to video some along the way. So if you guys want to see us go to a destination, I was really hoping to find some places that we could stop that were farm related, like big farm stores or hatcheries or something. We were pretty close to Cackle Hatchery, and we almost went up there because they had a Memorial Day sale. I'm glad we didn't, because it was an hour the opposite direction, and it sounded like there was like a 3-hour wait line to get into that place. So if there's any farm store, farm destination you want us to go see and tour, or behind the scenes stuff, comment down below. We'd love to go visit some places and show you guys more farm content. And we got plenty of farm content coming up. The meat chickens they're getting so big. We got Butcher Day coming up here, June 7th. If you still want to come to Butcher Day, go over to our Facebook page and send us a message. But we got big things coming up here on the farm, and we got a lot of videos. We're trying to still bring you videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week. I'm not going to tell everybody that those are the set dates because I'm a busy man, and I'm doing my best to get you 3 videos a week, and I appreciate that because we're monetized now. And anyway, this clip's getting way too long. It's not edited because we don't like to edit. This video had plenty of editing in it because I took way too many clips in those museums and stuff. So if you've made it this long, thanks a lot, guys. You know the deal. We love you. Don't haggle with your egg supplier. Buy your chicks local. Buy your eggs local. We got way too many eggs. Some of you guys want to see me work the street corner, so that may be in the future. We'll see you guys on the next one. We love you.